Now we can create these walls here, and I will go with Shift A and cube, and I will set this on Z axis maybe to 1 meter, and on X and Y axis 0.2. So we can now just go with SX to scale this on X axis, and I will go with numpad 7, and we can place this here. And bring this down. Now I will go with Control A and apply scale, and we can just bring this base material here. Now I will open UV editor here, and I will go with and on left I will go with material preview to see how this look, and I will go with Q projection, and we have here only one UV map, and I will now just project this on this concrete texture here. But because this wall is too big, I will go with Control R 2 times, and now we can select only this part here, and we can press S to scale. And if you like this part of bricks, you can also use this, but I think I will for now go with just this concrete texture here. Okay, and now I will go with numpad 7, Shift D, and move this on Y axis, and now RZ90. And let's place one piece here. And let's now back to 3D viewport so we can see how this looks. And I also want to hide this very bad part here, so you can see this not so good resolution texture on the in front, and I will hide this with another wall, so Shift D X, and let's move this to about here. And this black color here is because of clipping, so you can select camera and go to camera properties, and you can add 10 here in clip start, so 0.01, and this will remove this clipping. And now we can, if you want, you can rotate this wall, not camera, so select this wall and go with RZ, and we can now place this. So we get basically this vignetting object in foreground, and I think I will bring this little down. And you can see this object, how this look here. And I think we need to make this little more darker. So this is too bright in foreground, and I will select this object, and I will now just create another variation of this material, and I will call this darker. And now we can back here from world to object, and we can go with here in base color with Shift A and hue saturation. And I will bring this value down to make this more darker, so you can see how we change color of this. But if you want, you can also select camera and you can play with this f-stop value. So if we go more up, we get less blur object here. Maybe we can go with value of 1. And let's now go with F12 so we can make another test render here. I think this glass part look little too dark, so I will select this object, and I think we need more this diffuse, so I will just bring this to about 0.5, and this look now a little better. And I think we need bring this roughness closer to 0, so we need more black color here, because now this look little more like a frozen glass. So I will bring this almost to black, and let's bring this little on right. And also I will select this inside cube, and let's with numpad/key isolate this, so we can put also more light here. We add more bright parts here, so we can also go open here UV editor, and let's see what we can do here. Okay, I want more light here, so let's now go with numpad/key to back to our scene, and I think this now look much better. Next, you can note in my scene, my last scene is all these assets here, so you can see this garbage here, trash can, bench, street lamp, air conditioning, and a lot of tiny details. And nice thing is that all this is my assets, so I can share this with you. I will share this blend file with you, so you can open this Blender file. So this is my last scene, and I put all these assets here, so you can just copy these assets. So right click and copy object, and we can now back to our scene, and we can go with right click and paste these objects here. And now we can just start placing these assets here. So you can note that I put also few assets I didn't use last time. And let's now go with numpad/key so we can see this, navigate to these objects here. So you can see that I put also these two walls. So this is photo scans I make in past, and you can also, if you want, maybe place these walls here. And I think I will use this one for test now, so we can now go again with numpad/key, and let's switch this to material preview, and let's try place this photo scan of this wall, maybe here. First I will go with F11, and I will go with slot 1, and I will make one test render before and after, so we can compare how this look. Okay, this is before, and let's now go to slot 2, and now we can go with I will go with Alt D to make instance of this object, and also duplicate this. So Alt D and Y for Y axis, and let's now place this here. And I will go with S to scale this all down. And let's now go with Alt D again, and X to move this on X axis, and RZ 90. And let's place one piece here. And now you can with the J key see before and after. And also this emission part look weird, so let's now try fix this. So I will select this. If you are not sure which material is this, so you can go to edit mode, and if you with face selection select this part, Blender will navigate to this object here. So I think this noise texture is look little weird, so let's bring this on left, and let's maybe increase this emission to 5. And I will also bring this multiply little on left, because this noise is little too intense here. Okay, so this is before and after, and you can choose wall you like, and I think I will keep this photo scans for now. And now we can just playing with these assets. So I will, last time I placed this trash can to about here, and also this part you can see here is just, I just copy part of this. So I go isolate this object and I go just with C, and I copy this with Shift D, but I will now go with undo, and now we can place this part in corners, something like this, and I will go again with Alt D, Y, and we can also place in all these corners here. So Alt D, X, and Alt D, Y, and RZ 90, and now we can place also in these corners here. I made this ground a little darker last time, so you can see that this is a little too bright for me. Isolate only this object here, and we need just separate this from this object here. So I will now go to edit mode, and I will go with C, and I will scroll this brush to make this bigger, and let's disable this proportional editing for now, and let's go with X-ray mode. So I will just now try select all this ground part. Okay, and now I will press P and separate by selection. So now we have separate this ground from this object here. And let's now, because this object have only this base material, I will now delete these three materials, and now I will duplicate this object and I will call this dark. And now we can go here with hue saturation, and let's now bring this value down to make this more dark. And let's see before and after. So this is before and this is after. Let's now continue with these assets, so we can go with Alt D, Y, and let's bring this bench here. I think this one is a little too big, so you can scale this down. And let's also add this street lamp here. So Alt D, Y, and let's place this. I placed this here last time. And I also put this light here, so you can keep this very subtle. And let's now play with, also we have this air condition, so I will bring this to this wall here. So you can go with G for grab, Y for Y axis, and let's place this here, and let's bring this little up. I also create this edge here, so we can make this very easy. So I will go to render preview, and let's now just go with numpad 7, and let's select part of this. Okay, and now we can just go with E and Z for Z axis. Okay, and just one thing I want to do here is I want to create bevel on this edge to make this more smooth. So we can select this line here and also with holding Control this part here and just go with Control B and add little bevel here. And now we create this edge here. And now we can add some garbage here, so I add a lot of these pieces. So all this is photo scans I made last time, and you can choose, select few of this, and you can now go with Alt D and Y and move this here. And now I will go with GZ to bring this down. And now you can just play with this and with rotation scale, and you can just place this in our scene. And this part here look too clean, so we can also go with Shift D X and we can bring this here to make this more dirt. Now we can render this because we are almost done with Blender, and I will just go here under Layer Properties tab, and I will just enable this glossy direction path. And because this is because maybe I will use this in post-processing. And now we can increase this value of samples here maybe to 400, and we can now press F12 to make final render.